All right, in this heat of the Springboard Chop, look at this guy, Jason Wynyard. He didn't do the Springboard all year last year, and he's in to compete in this, and this should be a great race. There's Dave Jewett from Pittsburgh, New York. Watch him. He is especially tough in the Springboard Chop. The other competitors we have here are Carson Bosworth and Harry Burnsworth. Harry Burnsworth, our champ from last year.
This is almost a who's who of the chopping. I'm telling you what. Like you say, Jason, last year, the Springboard was all new to him. Boy, it's scary that he may become efficient there. Look at Harry Burnsworth.
Oh, Harry Burnsworth already up there ahead of Carson Bosworth. Carson acknowledged probably as the best Springboard chopper in North America, but Harry Burnsworth giving him a run for his money here. Jason Wynyard, to understand, finished third in the big Albany Timber Carnival out west this year, so that's really...
All these guys, Tommy, have spent a great deal of time in Australia during the past season, anywhere from 2 to 5 weeks, and boy, that helps their ability.
Burnsworth, Bosworth, and Jewett really just neck and neck. Harry Burnsworth maybe got an edge on him here.
Jason's having his problems, we must admit.
Yeah, he didn't get a good board set on that second board.
Look
and
at
there
here.
we go, David Jewett, followed by Harry Burnsworth. Carson Bosworth won't be far behind.
What a great start for David. I bet he'll be so pumped up now.
He sort of poor mouths it a little bit, says, oh, I'm not doing so great this year. I haven't chopped much. Look at that. You don't pull off a feat like that without having trained very, very hard and very diligent. And it all pays off for David Jewett. Here's the official time, 59.9 seconds. Winner of the first heat of the Springboard Chop, and there's more to come.
I think with me, it's trying not to get too excited with the steel shows, and the cameras are running and there's a lot of pressure, so it's like just do your job. But in the last few years I kind of get to the steel shows and I get a little nervous, and I'm going to just try to be a little more consistent this year.
David Jewett from Pittsburgh, New York is one of the most talented athletes in America. I don't care what sport you're talking about. He's ready to show his stuff in the standing block chop.
He is a linebacker, though.
He's going up against Warwick Hallett. Warwick from Plato, Minnesota, originally from New Zealand. Warwick slipped into our lineup last year and really did well making the finals.
I'm really anxious to see how David's going to do here because he knocked their socks off in the springboard a little bit ago.
24.99, the best time so far by Carson Bosworth. David Jewett and Warwick Hallett both making great progress through these blocks. They're cutting aspen here, and these guys like the wood. Might be Warwick Hallett coming very close there, but it's David Jewett. David Jewett's official time was 24.26 in that last heat. That makes him the official leader thus far in the standing block chop. In this heat, we got Brad Turner, that red-headed fella from down there in Australia, has come up and done quite well here in America. He went back to Australia last summer and said he had the best season of his life. But he's going up against a really tough customer here, right, Jerry?
Yes, sir. And, you know, we always talk about Coker Jr. becoming a lawyer. Well, he also became a father about 6 weeks ago.
His life is changing in a big way.
He's had a busy couple of months now. Kind of anxious to see exactly what kind of shape he's going to be in.
Man, there is some hard hitting going on out there right now. Jamie Coker may have a slight edge.
Yeah, and Coker's kind of like Jewett. He gets pumped up, and it just really
Look out! Oh, man, oh, man.
That was a tie. That was a tie.
I'm not calling that. They may just have to call it a dead heat. Unofficially, 23.51, which would put both of them in the lead. Take a look at this. You don't get them any closer than that, Jerry, in the standing block chop. You look at that and you can't tell the difference, but actually those official times, Brad Turner just besting Arden Coker Jr., 23.45 for Turner, 23.55 for Coker Jr.
And are you responsible for telling those two guys the score?
No, I am not. Thank goodness. So we have an Aussie in the lead, Brad Turner with 23.55, but we got another guy from down under here that could render the point completely moot here, Jerry.
Yeah, that's right. He could just wipe this field out.
That is Jason Wynyard from Kawakawa, New Zealand, and he is capable of just running away with the standing block.
And it's kind of funny to talk so much about him like that when on his other side is Matt Bush, who's pretty tough himself.
Absolutely. He does not like to lose at all. So this could be a great race after all.
It's only going to last 18 to 20 seconds, Tommy.
Keep your eye on the clock. 23.55, the best time so far. And look at Jason, already turned at 7 seconds.
And so did Matt.
Both apparently got some great pieces of wood there, but watch Jason Wynyard.
Oh,
wow.
No. Don't tell me.
15.25 seconds unofficially.
Hey, look at Matt.
Well, look, here's the official time, 14.99, even more impressive. Let's see what he thinks about it, John.
Jason, quite incredible, man. You did it last year. You come back, you just blew the field away here. What did you do when you went home in preparation for this year?
Oh, I've been training pretty much throughout the season back in New Zealand and competing, of course, and I was lucky enough to come up with a bit of sponsorship from 303 products.
You bet. Now, this is a great boost to your performances today. You got to be feeling good about getting into the next event.
Yeah, just another event. I cut that a bit rough, but I'm hoping to tidy up a bit.
Jason Wynyard, 14.99, only about 7 seconds better than second place finisher Matt Bush, followed by Brad Turner, Arden Coker Jr., and David Jewett in 5th place.
Up here, now what you gotta do is see these saws right here, and it's up to the operator, the way that he's gonna run it. Because they are exactly the same saws, the guys are gonna pick them up, run them, and it's who can run the power saw the best. Not too much pressure, not too little, just perfect. Now in this event, we're making 2 cuts. The competitors are allowed to start and walk their saws, and they set them on the ground, they're still running. And then when the word go is called go, they pick the saw up, man, one of the keys is to get that saw right back in the wood as quickly as possible, and then when you go down, you want to move it over, an inch or less, and then come right back up. The less time the saw is out of the wood, the better off you are.
In the purple shirt there, that's Mike Slingerland from Four Oaks, North Carolina. And his opponent here across the way is Mike Sullivan, longtime competitor. The two Mikes going after it today in the stock saw.
3, 2, 1, go! This is not about power, Tommy.
No, sir.
This is about how quick you can get the saw to the block, and then that crossover, and you saw Mike Sullivan make a very bad error.
Oh, and there's Mike Slingerland. Just a textbook job there on that stock saw. Cut well within the 4-inch band. It looks like he's going to be our winner unofficially at 12.53 seconds. Rick Halverson has all that mass to apply to that chainsaw there, but it really doesn't matter.
No.
He's got to have the feather touch in order to make a perfect cut. His opponent here will be the man from Bonners Ferry, Idaho, right there, Carson Bosworth. 2 identical 066 steel chainsaws here in the stock saw competition.
Good distance, ready. 3, 2, 1, go!
2 cuts down and up.
Both of them very quick to the log. Watch the crossover now. Wham!
Rick Halverson has the upper hand here. He looks like he made a good cut on that first disc, too. Carson Bosworth is not going to catch it. It's going to be Halverson, just barely, though. What an effort by Bosworth.
Yes, sir.
Man,
He came back strong, didn't he?
The time to beat was 12.95. Unofficially, we have these guys at 13.78. So not good enough to best Mike Slingerland's great effort in the first heat.
Mike, 12.59, the leading time to the top qualifiers to come. What are you thinking right now?
I'm pretty nervous. Harry's an awfully good operator, and Jamie's been really coming on the last couple of years.
But you're no slouch. You've got the best time so far, and this will be a good boost for the rest of the show.
This would make my day winning this event.
Okay, well, guys, here he is, the man that's waiting, not necessarily on the bubble, but in the lead. The 2 top competitors coming up next.
All right, 2 guys who have a shot at beating that time laid down by Mike Slinger of 12.59. Harry Burnsworth and Arden Coker Jr. And as Mike said right there, he's plenty scared of these guys. And Jerry, he should be.
Yeah, I was going to say that same thing. I've picked 2 or 3 guys here now, and all of them have bombed. But Harry might be our man.
These saws are tuned to exactly the same, within a millisecond of each other, and they tune them in wood with pressure against the chain. Great running saws today for the stock saw event. We'll see if one of these 2 can take over.
12.5. It's going to be a tough time to beat. Mike did have a heck of a cut.
Looks like Harry Burnsworth with the upper hand here. Harry moving through his log very well, and he's got a great shot there, but unofficially a time of 13.11.
Didn't make it.
And here's your official time, 13.18. So the winner, Mike Slingerland, with that great cut, 12.6. Burnsworth is second. Rick Halverson is third, followed by Bosworth and Turner. Stay with us. There's more to come. Beautiful day here in Norfolk, Virginia. The water's just offside the Naval Air Station here. A beautiful place. They've had some big boat races here today. The UHRA, and I hope I get this right, the Unlimited Hydroplane Racing Association. Big crowds out here just now dispersing, and they're all drifting over here to watch some more timber sports. We got another heat of the single bucking competition for you here. David Jewett and his old pal Carson Bosworth, two young guys who it seems like have been competing out here for a long time, Jerry.
And they actually travel together a lot. They go to Australia together. So as you say, they are big buddies. And you know what? This is a sport where two guys working together is a really good thing, you know it?
Absolutely. I mean, these guys couldn't make it without the help of their fellow competitors out here. You need a lot of coaching, even during the events. You need a lot of help with your equipment, a lot of oiling, a lot of tuning, and so forth like that. They depend on each other quite a bit, more so than any other sport I've ever been around. Just about ready to go. Dave Jewett from Pittsford, New York, a great all-around performer, several championships under his belt. And ditto for Carson Bosworth there from Bonners Ferry, Idaho. This will be a good race here.
That's it. This is an event that David excels at times. And as I've mentioned before, Tommy, I think David's off to a great start today. He's pumped up. If he knocks this one off, look out.
He's got that one, no problem. Carson Bosworth using all the saw teeth there, but it wasn't enough to catch up with those fast strokes of David Jewett.
Did he say if this was the same wood or not?
Same wood.
15.9, man.
15.9, he likes that. He's really going to like his official time, 15.1. So David Jewett is obviously on top of his game today with the big win in the Springboard Chop and now the good effort in the single buck. And right now, we're going to listen in as David performs his wedge man for his buddy there, Mike Sullivan.
Here we go. Time to beat 15-13 by Jewett.
Contestants ready.
Quick and level.
3, 2, 1, go.
Go, come on, Mike. Come on, right to the wood, Mike. Come on, dig now, speed. Come on, Mike, right to the wood. All the way in. Come on. Come on.
I was coming off that last cut.
You were right with it, man.
Thought it was coming off that last stroke.
You get used to it. The more you cut with it, the more you know when it's going to come off.
I kind of gave it, you know, and I said, oh, it didn't come
Yeah,
off.
let's give those guys a nice hand. How about
The thing
it?
about this is,
I looked over at him and I thought he's going to come off, and he didn't because he was down, and you just kept going, and then he came off, and that right when you were getting out of the jag, he came off.
Turner 2.
Close.
I tried to heel it off.
I know. It still stall pretty quick.
Stalled it.
Well, these guys do their own replays in their mind. That's how they learn to do better each and every time. Want to give full credit to the man on the right there, Matt Bush, who made that excellent cut in the single bucking. So David Jewett still in the lead there, but he's got one more heat to watch. John Hughes, what's he thinking about now?
Tommy, I was just standing here. He's oiling his saw. He said, I can't stand this. Dave, you got the fastest time. What's happening?
These two guys, Jamie and Jason, they're the best single buckers in the world, and it's some funny things have happened today, and you definitely don't, get greedy. Once you got the quickest time, you don't take it for granted. Man, I don't know. I just have to watch the time. They're going to be going. They know I've cut a little quicker than they did in the qualifier. So they're going to be going.
You bet.
So
Contestants ready.
we'll keep a watch here.
Well, we'll wait and see what happens.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, Jason Wynyard and Jamie Koger going after it here in the final heat of the single bucking competition.
I know David was being a little bit humbled right there, but he's going to be very hard to beat, and he may be the best in the world.
Wow.
Then again, Jason may be the best in the world.
He could be just a little bobble there for Jamie Koger. That did it for him and Jason Wynyard with a great time. Unofficially, 14.58.
Last year at the finals, you had a little trouble with this event. You tore the handle right off. You didn't do that this year.
No, I've got a brand new handle made by Eddie Fawcett back in New Zealand. Eddie makes axes, and he's made me a good strong handle this time. So I'm hoping it'll last me through the shows.
You must have done a little extra training because you certainly came out. Dave's been doing real well, and you beat him by almost a second there.
Yeah, I focused a lot on my single saw this year, and I've also got some real good equipment that I'm using from Jim Taylor. He's making some real good saws nowadays, and I'm very thankful to Jim for helping me out in that respect.
David Jewett has been on a roll today, but he's slowed down a little bit by Jason Wynyard. Official time of 14.66 takes the win in the single bucket. The Eisenhower and the Enterprise. They're a couple of the carriers in the Navy's Atlantic Fleet. Welcome back. This is the STIHL Timbersports Series coming to you from the Norfolk Naval Air Station here near Norfolk, Virginia. We got a great, great contest coming up for you here. The Springboard Chop final heat. So far, the best time is David Jewett's 59.98 in the springboard. Here to beat it, Brad Turner, Kurt Hall, Rob Weibel, and Carl Bischoff.
And Tommy, I just can't let this go by without mentioning something here. I think that a lot of our regular Timber Sports fans are saying somebody's missing here today, and they are right. Mel Lentz, who is possibly the greatest lumberjack competitor that we've ever known, was injured several months ago. And boy, we're all pulling for him to make a great comeback. We understand that he might be with us at the tail end of the series. We're sure hoping that he will. But regardless, we want to say that we're all thinking about him. What an incredible competitor. And yeah, somebody's missing when Mel Lentz.
Absolutely, absolutely. He has so many fans around the world, and they're thinking about him now.
3, 2, 1, go!
Right now, they're all thinking about the time of David Jewett, 59.98. Out there, 4 competitors in the Springboard Chop. This is our final heat. Brad Turner there in the foreground. Just past him, Kurt Hall from Webster Springs, West Virginia. Rob Weibel from Oregon on the 3rd log there. And on the final pole over there, Carl Bischoff for British Columbia.
And Tommy, this wood is all aspen.
Absolutely.
Don Quigley brought it in from the New England area. And Don told me he had to cut down about 6 trees to get all the wood that we needed here.
That's right.
And he said what he did was go into an oak thicket and thin it by cutting these aspen out. Aspen, quite honestly, is kind of the, I don't know, it's kind of the trash wood of the forest in a way. It's not any good to burn. Doesn't make good construction lumber. So it really fits in great as a competitive log.
A great competition going on right now between Rob Weibel and Carl Bischoff. These guys are blow for blow. There's no telling who's going to come off the block first. This is a great, great race.
Carl's first.
Oh, Carl Bischoff right behind him. Rob Weibel, one more lick, and that ought to do it for him. A little tough time there. Can't get it off. Wow.
The British Columbia folks loved that chop, didn't they?
Yeah, yes. One for Canada there from Carl Bischoff of British Columbia. 102.77, the official time for Carl Bischoff. A great cut, but your winner now, David Jewett, Pittsburgh, New York. He's standing by with John.
David, you had a little bit of trouble winning the singleback. You didn't win it when you thought you might, but you certainly came out on top with the springboard.
Yeah, you know, I usually come here knowing I'll get in the top 3 of the single buck if I really put up a good cut. And the springboards, I'm pretty inconsistent on that, and I guess I never expected to actually win the springboard. I drew a real good block, and I knew it was good, and that takes the pressure off of you, just because make good pockets, get up there, and do your job right. And I guess I did it good enough.
Everything went right for David there. He is the springboard champion. 2nd place goes to Harry Burnsworth. And overall, our Carhartt chopping champion, David Jewett. The STIHL Timbersports Series has been brought to you by STIHL, #1 worldwide, and in part by Chevy Trucks and Commercial Specialty Vehicles. A little bit earlier today, we had what they call the Unlimited Hydroplane Racing Association competition out here on the water. That means unlimited, means no restrictions on the size of the engine. They use jet engines, as a matter of fact, on these boats out here. And that's the same principle at work here in our hot saw competition. These guys can come in with a jet engine, I guess, Jerry. If they can carry it and lift it up to the log on a chainsaw, that's what the hot saw is all about. All right, they are ready to go. Both got their saws started. That doesn't mean it's going to start again,
right.
so please don't go anywhere.
Both of them had a little bit of trouble starting them to warm them up, so this will be interesting.
3, 2, 1, go!
Wow! Blew him away, Tommy.
I think Jim Taylor's been practicing on us here, Jerry. That was masterful. He absolutely had total control of that big saw. That's the way you're supposed to do it. That's Harry Burnsworth getting ready for this heat of the hot saw competition. Harry's out there with a 325 Rotex and running that 250 YZ Yamaha is Matt Bush from Krogan, New York. They're warmed up, they're ready to go, and they are ready to make a cut. The best time so far, it's official. Jim Taylor, 7.2 seconds.
What a time, huh? It's going to be hard to beat.
It will be hard to beat.
We'll see.
Harry
Whoa.
Burnsworth. If that cut is good, that is good for first place from Harry Burnsworth, 6.50.
Now, Harry's one of his cuts did break, but it broke after he had laid it on
hit
the ground.
I think you're exactly right there, Jerry.
Harry, you've competed real consistent all day. You got the fastest time into this last heat of the hot saw. What do you think your chances are?
Well, I think it'll hold up pretty. It'll be right there in the top. These guys behind here, they're tough, but I think it'll hold up.
Well, that's some pretty confident talk. Let's hope it works out for you.
All right, thank you.
Time of 6.45 for Harry Burnsworth, but I wouldn't count my hot saw money yet because we got what you might call the main event coming up here, Jerry. Big Rick Halverson and Gaston Duperret.
Really something that they are paired together. They are the best. I'm not saying they can beat Harry, but they are the best.
Oh, this is going to be so close. Unofficially a time of 6.70 for Gaston Duperret. No start for Rick Halverson, so he's not in there. Well, it's official now. Gaston Duperret's time, 6.72. Harry Burnsworth is your winner with 6.45.
Harry, you were feeling pretty confident it worked out, man.
Well, I made 3 good switches, and I was fast to the wood, and I have confidence in the saw, and I did all I could do, and I thought that would hold up.
Good work by Harry Burnsworth. A time of 6.45 wins the hot saw competition. Had a great overall performance in the sawing events today. He's our Quaker State sawing champion with a total of 23 points, and throughout the event, he was best as well. 42 points overall to just nose out David Jewett. Harry Burnsworth picking up where he left off last year.
I got good equipment now. You know, it's took me a few years to find what I needed, but I've got it, and if I can do the job, it'll carry me through.
Jump.